Hi again, Gregg Bell, the News Tribune at the National Championship in Houston. The Huskies were denied their third national championship in program history and their first title since 1991 by Michigan's defense, top-ranked defense. They dropped back in coverage. We wondered how they were going to blitz, attack, try to pressure Michael Penix. They really didn't. They relied on sometimes front three, front four pass rush, and they dropped as many as 8 in coverage, and it took away Penix's deep game. He didn't complete a deep pass until the fourth quarter, and they tried, but not that often. The effect on the defense was only 4 throws down the field into the fourth quarter by Penix. He overthrew 3 of them. Penix threw a lot of overthrows tonight. A lot of passes, misfires, some open receivers in the intermediate range underneath some of that deeper coverage Michigan played. And Penix said after the game, he said, "I take full accountability for the malfunctioning of the offense." He said while Michigan was a great team, he didn't feel like Michigan did anything to really beat Washington as much as Washington beat themselves. Didn't execute, missed opportunities. An overthrow of Rome Odunze down the sideline, 20-yard line, and he was open for a touchdown on 4th down in the first half when the game was 14-3. That would have changed it to 14-10. UW's defense kept them in the game for most of the first, into the fourth quarter after getting run over in the first quarter. 179 yards rushing. Michigan ended up with 300, just short of 300 yards rushing. That was the difference in the game defensively for Washington. They had no answers for Michigan's physicality and running backs running right at them. And ultimately, that and 2 Penix interceptions were too much for Washington. 34-13. After the game, a lot of tears in the Huskies locker room, a lot of pride too. They've restored the program. Front was 4-8. Zedefano Olufosio, the linebacker, mentioned after the game, and he was thinking of quitting and leaving UW. He thanked Kalen DeBoer for staying with him as a team leader through a major injury. In fact, Olufosio brought the coach to tears. He already had a few after the game. A lot of love in that locker room, both DeBoer and Penix said. DeBoer also mentioned about Penix moving across the country from Indiana, transferring to Washington, dropping everything and making his last chance in college football with DeBoer and his staff at Washington because he trusted him from Indiana, having been his offensive coordinator there. And he thanked him for that. Thanked him for restoring the program, as DeBoer put it. And he said he's really proud of those 2 leaders in particular and all the seniors that have turned Washington's program around. It's tough to get here, obviously tough to get back to, but that's going to be Washington's task now. DeBoer said this is an attractive program that people are going to want to come to. They're not going to find anyone quite as good as a leader and thrower than the left-handed Michael Penix. Tonight wasn't his night, but these last 2 years were his 2 years to bring back the Huskies. Bittersweet end for Washington here in Houston. All my coverage is at thenewstribune.com. On Twitter, at GBellSeattle. Michigan's your national champion. The confetti, maize and blue instead of purple tonight in Houston. As always, thank you for watching, and be well.